feels good to be back. And if you watched my last vlog, you would be happy or may not be so happy that my voice is back too. Mexico was amazing. I had a really good time. And if you haven't watched the vlog, I got sick the second day after my trip. So that wasn't fun. But it's nice to be back and reminisce on the trip. And I am wishing I could still be there right now. The holiday blues has kicked in. I am trying to get back into some form of normality because I am going to be away again for Christmas for a very long time, actually, in December. So I have a lot of work to catch up on. And so it's going to be a busy few weeks for me. And it's just one thing I would say, it's actually quite nice that in London, it's not that cold. I was expecting to come back and be absolutely freezing, and it's not. So I'm grateful for that. You know, like that's like the number one thing for me. I was like, it's autumn is still carrying on. It's absolutely beautiful at the moment, and yeah, it's just London around autumn it's actually one of my favorites. I would say that. Also, I did get some things from Mexico, so I thought I would, of course, share with you some of the things that I did bring with me. And because why not? The first thing I got, if you watched my vlog, you saw I went to the art shop. I got some few pieces. Actually, we have we have some bigger pieces for the other flats, which I can't wait to show you. But I got this when I was walking around Roma. This artist likes to blend Mexican and Japanese. I think he was half Mexican, half Japanese. And this, when I saw this, I was like, I had to get it. It was so cool. And I love getting artwork when I travel, because when you look at them, there's a story. You know where you got it from, and it's not just something you bought online from, a random shop. Just currently working at my favorite cafe that I like to come to. Is actually a virtual golf club, but yeah, they're so kind enough to allow us to come in and do some work. So I come in here every once in a while, and you probably noticed my really cool headphones that I've got on. These are the Nothing headphone one. I have these a couple weeks now, and thanks to Nothing for sending these over. And also, this video is sponsored by Nothing. These headphones have been a game changer for me. Not only do I love the design, it has been great to use for when I'm working. So when I'm editing in the golf club and it's quite noisy because it's a virtual golf club and I can't hear anything. It's great for also when I'm making phone calls, doing work calls, again, they can't hear what's going on and it just blocks out all the sound. I love the feature on the app that allows you to adapt the functionality and make it more personal, like the transparency option, the adaptive sound quality. And also I take these to the gym. I train in the gym with this because I like to have no outside noise when I'm training, just listen to my music and vibing out when I'm training. So they're great for that. Right now, Nothing have the Black Friday sale going on, and it's up to 20% off the headphone one. It is the lowest price of the year for this headphones, and so you don't want to miss out on the best deal of 2025. So if you've been looking for a pair of headphones, if you're also looking for a Christmas present for a loved one, this is the perfect time for you to get your hands on a pair of Nothing headphones. So I'll put the link on my description so you can check them out. So yeah, thank you so much to Nothing for sponsoring this video.
What? Chelsea what?
Chelsea pensioners.
You getting your pension?
No, I wish.
I mean, you look like you need your pension.
Don't get me started.
How funny. Are you? The flavor. Oh, do you know what? This is such a great coincidence. You ready? You ready?
Okay. What am I?
I forgot to. This is your present from Mexico.
No way.
Do you like spice?
I love spice.
Okay.
Oh, you are such a king, Obi. I don't know if anyone's told you that.
There's a little
there
present.
No ways. What a king.
Are you gonna drink it? No, take a shot. Let's go.
Let's go. What time is it? It's 8:20 in the morning.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
So I filmed an entire intro, but my microphone wasn't working, which is just typical for... Anyway, long story. This is from my new Crosslifter Volume 7 program, which is finally out on the app. So I was putting some final touches into the app earlier today, and it's all good to go. And I am pretty excited for this. For those of you who are on my app, make sure you check that out now and yeah, give it a go. And if you're not on my app and you're really interested in trying out my training methods, it's 7 days free trial to use the app. And it's a mixed modal of training, just exactly how I train, from bodybuilding, so strength training, conditioning workouts, dumbbell only workouts, kettlebell only workouts, and mobility programs. There is also a nutrition guide that you can use to help you to learn the basics of nutrition. My whole purpose for the nutrition guide is to give you the tools that will help you make the right decisions and learn the basics of nutrition. There are over 8 programs on the app, so you will never run out of training programs. And so if you're interested in my app, I've always got the link in my description box, so check that out. One thing I love about London is the art galleries and the museums. There is so many diverse exhibitions going on, and a perfect example is this Nigerian exhibition, which was at the Tate, and I bought a ticket immediately. It was so beautiful getting to witness some of the artwork from so many artists and learning about their perspective and history of art in Nigeria. I'm always fascinated by what goes on in an artist's mind when they create pieces and bringing them to life, whether it's through paint or sculptures. It also reminds me of memories in my early years back in Lagos with some of the art and sculptures my mum had around the house. My favorite artist in the exhibition was Uzo Egonu. I just love his art style, and so many of his work blends Igbo and European styles, exploring themes of identity. What I enjoyed was seeing how he incorporates phrases into his work, and you have to look real close to read them. And I remember we just stood there at some of his work, trying to decipher the meaning behind some of his paintings. It was great to see such a diverse crowd come together to view this exhibition, but also nice to reconnect with a country that was once home and seeing some familiar art styles.
Thank you guys so much for coming out this evening. Thank you for supporting this album of mine, Lotus. We don't care for what embarrass you. I do this shit for you guys. Thank you. Honestly, this has been amazing.
Just reminiscing on that beautiful concert by Little Sims and a fellow Londoner. I mean, I wasn't born in London, but I've been raised in London. She's a fellow Londoner. She was born in London, also Nigerian heritage. And I've just watched her career go from strength to strength. The way she writes, her penmanship, the way she uses the lyrics to really tug at your heartstrings is incredible. Yeah, I am so proud of what she's achieved, and something she said really resonated with me.
So I just want to say, if there are any creatives in the audience, if you're, if it's music, if it's art, if it's fashion, whatever it is, like, when you're working on a project, I just want to encourage you to finish it, because it's very easy to start stuff, it's very difficult to finish. Don't worry, don't stress too much about if it's gonna be amazing, if my ideas are like, boundary breaking, or if this is so original, no one's ever, don't even worry about all of that, do you know what I mean? Just finish it.
I relate to feeling stuck creatively and feeling like, what's the point of all of this, and not knowing what to do and just pushing through. Like, the amount of times I've just felt like not even picking up the camera, it's been a lot, but I say to myself, just do it. Just turn the camera on and just do what you feel like. So I appreciate every one of you that still watches, right? And that makes me feel so incredible. And also, when I see like one of you, at least one of you, every time I step out the house, that makes me feel amazing. So I appreciate that so much more. It also brings me back to the subject of being in this city, in London, and seeing someone from London make it and watching them perform to a big audience. I can imagine Little Sims was in her room dreaming of one day being, this big superstar, and then achieving it, and, seeing her be quite emotional about it. And just being surrounded by people who have the same passion and support her. And that's why I love London so much, because we get to experience so much when it comes to music. You know how much I love music. I love live music. I love going to concerts. And this city, there's no shortages of that. Like, I have so many in November. There's one thing that I noticed this year was so many negativity about London, which I get it. I get people's frustration. I get that, yes, crime is not the best at the moment. But I watched this YouTube channel, and I can't remember his name. So I'll try and put the video up. And he explains perfectly how there's so much misinformation about this city and how great London is. And I think people are frustrated because the cost of living is out. It's just crazy. Everything's expensive. Most of us millennials can't afford to buy homes, and wages aren't going up as much. And I think people are just frustrated. And then you have this false narrative of, oh, there's danger everywhere. I remember seeing this. I'm not even going to name him because he's an absolute, but saying that you can't walk outside London without getting mugged, or everyone's scared to be outside. And I'm just like, everyday cycling, walking around and thinking, what is he talking about? And this is someone that was using a big platform to talk about this. And I know you're thinking, oh, I'm coming from a privileged background because of where the area I live and things. I lived in Elephant and Castle. I lived in Camberwell. I've never, ever had a privileged background. I grew up in a council estate, okay? I've worked since I was 16. I lived near Stockwell too, right? And yes, all these areas are being gentrified, by the way, which is sad. But this is just to say that every city is dangerous. Every city has dangers, right? Every city has its problem. Every city has crime. But I think that one thing I noticed is the media and social media sensationalize everything. I remember when I was going to Cape Town and when I was going to Mexico City, and people saying, oh, be careful, it's dangerous, it's super dangerous. And, me at the back of my mind being a little bit fearful about going to these places, and then I get there and I'm like, okay, once again, people just sensationalizing things. And I think we just need to sometimes take a step back and look around us and just, rather than punching down at, again, this is another subject, but a lot of people punch down. Don't punch down. Look at how everything is being run. And standard of living could be better, but, there's so many things that could be fixed in this country in general. It is quite frustrating if you live in this city and your standard of living isn't improving. And, I think we should just acknowledge that this is also one of the greatest cities in the world. I've traveled quite a few places, and I would pick London anytime. I appreciate the city more and more the more I travel. Would I end up living here for the rest of my life? I don't know. But so far, I'm in my late 30s. I've been in London since I was 9, right? So yes, I'm an immigrant. Yeah, I know, that's another subject. I know, there's another, yeah. But this is just my appreciation for this city and just saying, like, London's not so bad. If you're thinking of visiting, do it, all right? Don't let the fear-mongering put you off. Of course, you should always be cautious. Of course, you should always make sure that, whenever you're out, aware of your surroundings. I could say the same about Barcelona. I could say the same about Milan, right? But for some reason, London's been the target of a lot of vitriol. And I'm here to say that it's not so bad. People are walking out in the streets. I see people out at night. I'm out in the evenings a lot, on weekends too. So, and I see people out. This is, when I see that, it really annoys me. Oh, people are scared, nobody goes out, no one. I'm out all the time. I go to festivals all the time. I go to music concerts all the time. Yes, there's crime, of course. But we need to put things into perspective. I feel like this has gone too serious, and I apologize for that. Every once in a while, I have a lot of things to say. It's not just all sunshine and rainbows, and you watch my vlog and everything is all like, la 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 la. No. I do have a lot to say, but yeah. I don't know. Some of you may agree, some of you may not agree. That's cool. Let's have a discourse. Talk about it. Share how you feel about this in the comments. I would love to know what you think about this. And yeah, I feel like I've talked too much now.